Alright, so we're about to get really non-canon here, so if you're typing up GT isn't canon down in the comment section right now, just stop, okay? Today we're going to be talking about Super Saiyan 4, the furry, red, sleepy-eyed Saiyan transformation. Now, the only way a Saiyan can achieve this is if they become a Golden Great Ape and then regain conscious control of the form. A quick side note though, even though this is only in Dragon Ball Heroes, Broly also has a separate variant of the Golden Great Ape form called the legendary Super Saiyan Great Ape, which is ridiculous in itself, but anyways. Now, even after you've obtained this form once, it still can't be accessed at will and requires the user to be exposed to Blutz Waves when the user wishes to transform, except for Goku. While we're here, let's talk a little bit about what Blutz Waves are and what they do. Now, Blutz Waves are an energy source emitted by a large celestial body, such as the moon or even the earth, as was the case in Dragon Ball GT when it reflected rays of sunlight. For the Great Ape transformation to occur, a Saiyan must absorb at least 17 million Zeno, which is a unit used to measure waves of celestial light through the retina. A reaction will occur in the tail that causes the Saiyan to undergo the transformation into a Great Ape. If the moon isn't present, however, there are ways to create an artificial moon to allow Blutz Waves to be created, as we saw from Vegeta in the Saiyan Saga and Bulma in GT. Now, Blutz Waves are basically a Saiyan's best friend and seem to have no chemical side effects unless you want to count the Great Ape as a downside. If a Saiyan were to receive extra Blutz Waves, however, it would raise their power level far beyond the usual level. It can also heal their wounds as long as they're receiving the Blutz Waves at the time. The Super Saiyan 4 design was actually created by Toei Animation character designer Katsuyoshi Nakatsuru, who made most of the Dragon Ball GT character designs. The form itself is a combination of the Super Saiyan and Great Ape transformations attained through the Golden Great Ape form. It gives the Saiyan with raw primal power while also letting them retain their humanoid appearance. This form also grants the user with super strength and super speed of the Great Ape, but also lets them retain a calm and clever alert mind, although for some it can make them even more cold and aggressive. Now, in most cases the fur will be red and the hair color differs. The shadow trim around the eyes and over the eyelids varies in other colors as well, such as crimson. As for the case with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, his color palette basically switches as his hair is red and his fur is a darker brownish black tone. The trim around his eyes switches from red to black as well. The Super Saiyan 4 form maximizes its users' powers to their absolute limits, and after Goku is given power from Gohan, Goten, Trunks, and Pan, his power increased even further. He gained a red aura and became completely superior to Golden Great Ape Baby. This is called the full powered Super Saiyan 4. Like the Super Saiyan God form, this form allows the user to seemingly absorb energy attacks to some degree, as we saw with Goku when he absorbed Great Ape Baby's attack. Now, this form does come with a few benefits over the other Super Saiyan forms other than a huge power increase. Unlike Super Saiyan 3, which requires an intense amount of ki to maintain, Super Saiyan 4 doesn't really require as much energy, which allows the user to stay transformed even longer. But although it doesn't rely on as much ki as Super Saiyan 3, you can still be knocked out of it if you run too low. The ki consumption does get extremely intense, however, when this form is combined with the fusion dance, as it will significantly shorten the time limit. So much so that Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's time limit was cut from an hour to 10 minutes, which is ridiculous. So apart from the Golden Great Ape transformation, the user will also always appear as an adult in this form. This is caused by the power of the form raising the user to their peak physical condition, which is obviously going to be in their younger adult years. The user will not only appear as an adult, but will also look considerably younger, similar to the way that they did during their prime years. Now, we all know the two things that you need to transform into a Super Saiyan 4, which are a tail and Blutz Waves, and when Goku reverts back to his base form from Super Saiyan 4, he retains his tail. Oddly enough, however, and I always thought this was kind of weird, when Vegeta reverts back to his base form after Super Saiyan 4, his tail just completely disappears. Now, while this isn't specifically stated or explained anywhere, at least to my knowledge, I would assume that this is due to the fact that Vegeta didn't attain this form in a natural way. He used the Blutz Waves generator with Bulma instead of the natural method by absorbing Blutz Waves through his tail because he didn't have one. But that's pretty much gonna do it for this one, guys. I try not to make these too long-winded. This is definitely one of my top 3 favorite transformations though, like of all time. Definitely up there with God. I love Rose. I know I've been meaning to do this one for a while and we finally got down to it. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Also, watch out for the next poll I'll be posting soon for the next video that we're gonna do. But anyway, guys, have a good one and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.